Hey guys, I just wanted to show you how to make a this floppy bunny here. Super cute. This one has been well loved, made it a year ago. And I used, for that bunny, I used this Bernat Pipsqueak yarn, which I highly recommend. It goes well through the circular knitting machine, but for the sake of the video, so you can see the stitches, I just use a regular worsted weight white yarn and blue yarn, the white for the body, the blue for the pants, and then I used a bulky weight pink yarn for the nose. And then you're gonna need some polyfill. You will need a crochet hook. And then for this video, because it's what I had, I used safety eyes. They look like that. And these ones in particular, 14 millimeter eyes. I'd recommend maybe some smaller ones and maybe the ones that are like flat instead of round. Also, you'll need some waist yarn. You'll see that I start out the bunny with some waist yarn, and then a tapestry needle, which you will see as well in the video. And of course, a 22 pin circular knitting machine. So let's get this little project started. Do 5 rows. So to cast on, you go every other needle, just weave it in and out. And with the 22 pin, I noticed that it likes to split yarn on the first 2 rows, so your tension cannot be tight. It should be loose. So that's 1. Go around again. Don't really, just kind of hold it and let it slip through your fingers. But the tension cannot be tight. Okay, so that is our first row, and now we can hold it a little bit tighter. And we're gonna do 3, 4, and 5. Oh, got my hair in there. Still in there. Okay, so that's 5. So then we'll pull our waist yarn out. Cut. And then we're going to add our pant color, this part. And that is 12 rows. Here's a tip. A way to count is to kind of stretch it out, and you count these little bars. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me use the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14. That's okay. My bunny will just have high pants. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut that, because we're going to color change to our body and head color. Okay. So you just drop the tails in there and hold on to them for the first couple of stitches. And then we go ahead and tie it for 1 knot, 2 knot. So I'm gonna change my counter here. It hasn't been working until I started making this video, so that's nice. Let's see if it works now. 40 for the white. Okay. Okay, so we pull it out And that is we're done with the white. So, and we're going to cast off. So you just hold your working yarn, go all the way around without feeding it. Don't pass your last white needle. Bring your yarn around your machine. It gives you a good long tail. Okay. Feed it through your tapestry needle. And then cast off by picking up all 22 stitches. Put your finger on this one if you're gonna pull the yarn through. Otherwise it will pop off, and that is no fun. Okay, take it off. And you can cinch the top closed or leave it open and then like stretch it. Give it a good stretch. I think that's as long as we want to it. We might have made it a little bit bigger. Okay. So at this point, we want to try to figure out a good spot for our eyes before we stuff it, which I forgot to mention. We need to get polyfill, and these, I think I mentioned in the beginning, are 14mm eyeballs that I got off of Amazon, and I can put the link below. Okay, oops, I only got one back. One more of those. So these are how safety eyes work. You get these little buttons, button eyes. There's some pretty cool ones out there that people make, and then you get the backs. Now we're gonna place these, because when you put stuffing inside, it's gonna make it big. So kind of put your hand in, and I think I'm just gonna guess. These ones are. Okay, my phone died, so I got this one installed. And what you want to do is get your back, and then it goes on like this way onto the back of the eye. And you push. Some people melt this part or do hot glue to keep it into place. I'm not super worried about it. So these are much bigger eyes than those one, but that's fun. Okay, now you're gonna need to stuff it with the polyfill, which I use. I don't know if I can fit it in the camera. It's this polyfill. Get it from Walmart. Just take a good chunk of it, and to keep your stuffy or plushy from being lumpy, pull apart the polyfill. Okay. And you take your, what looks like a sock, and we're gonna stuff it all the way up to the top. Get it where you want it without it being like stretching out the stitches. If you use the Bernat Pipsqueak yarn, you won't really see the stuffing through, and you won't really see the stitches either. So let's see, I probably want to do it like the head, like right there. Add some more stuffing to the body and just do it to your liking. So now this is a part of the bunny where we're gonna close the end here and create the bottom of the pants before we make, before we make the legs. So you're gonna need a crochet hook. Doesn't really matter which size, but I have a H 5mm. I'm gonna tuck that stuffing in. We're gonna line up the stitches. Make sure that your eyes are in the front. Make this flat like that. And you'll start from one side. With the hook. Pull through the other. And then you'll go in that one. Right? Pull it through. And back and forth. Oops. Try not to grab that waist yarn. So what we're doing right now is we're closing up this part and then we'll take off the waist yarn. Okay. And then you can pull, oops. You will have to pull because it was the start, it was the cast on edge from the knitting machine. So you have to pull that first row through, oops. And then you can start undoing the waist yarn. Keep your hook in the last stitch. So what I'm going to do on this last stitch is grab a piece of the same color yarn. Oops, it's all twisted. And pull it through. And then we'll pull it through to tie it off. And then you can weave that in to secure it. There's probably a better way to do that, but that is the way I'm going to do that. Okay, so now you have your head, your body, and the bottom part of the pants. Now we're going to find where you want the neck to start. And I keep grabbing right there. I think it looks okay. And you're gonna thread your tapestry needle. So I like to start in the back. I think I'm gonna do my head kind of right there. It looks okay. And I'm gonna go in one bar of, like, start in the middle of the V and go every other And what I am creating is kind of like a drawstring, but make sure you do your best to stay straight. Okay, and then you'll pull tight. Weave all the ends into your bunny by threading the needle, I think. And what I'm going to do is maybe go down. All right, so now we're gonna work on the arms, ears, and legs. They are all very similar to each other, just a different amount of rows. We'll start with our leg. And you're gonna do, so if you look at the leg, it has the foot poking out of the pants. So we're going to cast on with the white. Put your counter to 0 and we're going to do 10. Okay, once you reach it back around after the 10 and you reach the number 1 needle, the black one, you're going to cut. I grabbed my better scissors for the latter half of this video. So you're going to cut a tail. And we're going to grab the pant color, hook it onto the black needle, go a little bit, put it in the feeder. Go ahead, tie the tails together, do a little double knot. And you're gonna do a total of 32 rows. Once you've reached 32, you're gonna go ahead and pull this off. Hold on to the yarn and go around one more time. This is our cast off. Don't go too far. Measure it around your machine. Then cut. Go ahead and thread your tapestry needle. And then you're gonna go around and take off each stitch. Stretch your work. Like that. Go ahead and pull your cast off edge and bring those tails and just kind of put them right there. Then you're gonna pull your cast on edge tight. Okay, now we have a leg. You're gonna roll it into itself. like so, and then you're going to have probably those ones. See, it needs to be that one. Rows going all the way down, kind of matching up the V's. So I don't know if you can see. So you got a V and a V. You're gonna grab the bars that are in the middle of the V's. The first one is a little difficult to find, so you're gonna grab two from one side. And then you're gonna grab two from the other side. Oops, off camera. Two from the other side. Okay, and then you go back and forth. And you can find your row that you're in because you can see where you grabbed from here. So there's 1, 2. And you're gonna go back in this side. 1, 2. You kind of can tug on it. And see, it's seaming it up right there. You just got to make sure that you're grabbing from, I keep hitting the camera, grabbing from the same row every time. And you just go all the way down until you reach the white. Okay, so you're gonna reach the end where you get to the white, and I just kind of put in the green color at the end and do a little knot like on the inside because you can't see it. So I'll go like that and do it one more time. Oops, I keep getting off camera. And okay, and then you just kind of stick it in there. Okay, so it should kind of line up and look like that. Okay, you pull, cut that off. Then what I like to do is this foot, the tail that's on the foot, I just use that and go back down, roll in the white to itself like we did with the pant color, and then you line it up. What's nice about making these legs and the arms is that there's no stuffing. They kind of, because you roll it into itself, it stuffs it, because you roll it into itself, it stuffs itself. All right, so there's our second leg. Let's cut a piece of the pant color. Thread your needle. And you'll find a spot. I like to do it on the edge. So what I will do here is you're just going to pull it through, and we're going to go ahead and tie it. Do a little double knot. Okay. And we're going to take the leg and you're going to go like this. I mean, if you guys know of a better way to do this, you can totally do it. I honestly just want to show people how I did it, inspire, and hopefully other people can just be creative with it and learn from my mistakes maybe. Okay, there's that. And I also kind of weaved in the tail. I'm gonna do a couple more to kind of square it up. It looks a little round right there. Okay, and then I like to go again to cover up what it looks like here, or actually start on this side, go through 2 bars, then go through these 2 bars, these 2 bars, and what it should do is kind of close it up. Okay, and so it should kind of make it look a little bit better. Okay, so there's our legs. And I'm gonna come through here to kind of tie it off. And then you just stuff the tail through the leg. Tug on it, cut it off, and stretch out the leg. Make sure that the little seams that you did, they look pretty good, are on the back though, because it'll make it look better on the front. Okay, so now we have 2 legs. With our arm, you're gonna do the same count as you did on the like the pants part, the pant color. So we did 32. So we're gonna go ahead and do 32 for the cast on. Put on the first needle, go every other, and I will see you back here after I do 32. Okay, so I did 32 in the white, and I took it off my machine. I'm gonna stretch it, tighten the cast on, and then tighten the cast off. Yeah, cast off. You're gonna do the same thing that you did with the legs. You're going to roll it into itself. And then you're going to find the V's that match up. Okay. And you're gonna grab the 2 bars that are in the middle of the V's and go back and forth. Okay, once you have it all seamed up, you're gonna tie it, tie it to the other tail. Okay, and then you grab your tapestry needle again. And you're gonna thread it, and then we'll grab and we'll match up with the other arm. I put it where, kind of where the neck is, depending on where you like the arm, just put it there by doing the same, very similar to what you did with the legs. Make sure that the seam that you have, if you did really well, you might not be able to see it, but I think this is mine. Put it on the inside. I do believe that this arm is bigger than that arm. I don't know how that happens. Goodness. Okay. So how I did, off camera, how I did the arm. I'm gonna match it up with the other one and kind of go right, grab 2 or 3, grab 2 of these bars. And you're just gonna go back and forth, grabbing bars from there, bars from the body, bars on the arm. Okay, and then you're gonna turn it over and you're gonna go under like the armpit. Grab there. This is kind of to reinforce it. Okay, looks good to me. And then we can tie it off with the other tail. Then I'm gonna weave it into the arm. Now we're gonna work on the ear, which I did differently than the original Floppy Bunny that I made, because I think I wanted longer ears and I think I like it. So this is a total of 40. You're gonna cast on with the white. Do 40 rows, and I will meet you back here when I'm done with my 40. So at this point, we have our ear. We did 40 in the white. You're going to take one end, it doesn't matter which one, and you're going to fold it in half so that it creates that ear type look. And you're going to sew the top together like so. So now you have it looking like that. And we're gonna put it right, so you got the center, and put it right there. Sew it onto the head. Just very similar to the arm. Here, you grab a couple of bars, like that, pull through. I can't remember, yeah. So I think I'll go this way for the ear. Go through a couple of bars, come back down. Oh yeah, okay. We'll go through a couple of bars. Then we will flip it like we did the armpit on the arm. And we'll go under. There's our bunny ears. Go ahead and tie off. Oh my goodness. Tie off the tail. I'm gonna bring it in under the ear. Oops, off camera. Bring it in under the ear. Do a little knot that's not visible. And then just tuck the tail back into the ear. You could also, if you wanted to, stitch so that the ear doesn't kind of like bulb out. You can stitch down the center if you wanted to, but because we folded it up top, sorry, I have the needle in my mouth. I don't think that it will bulb out. Okay. Oh, and we have the tail at the end of the ear. Here's our bunny. I also found, this isn't the best ribbon for this. I'd prefer maybe like a little blue ribbon or something of that sort, but I found a ribbon to go around the neck. So that's an option. Do a little, or you could like make a bow tie. You could make one. Okay, so we have our arms, our legs, ears, eyes, body, all that. Now we can add our tail. You're gonna cast on your machine. With white. And then we're going to go 10 rows. And then cast off. So we cast it off, cinch that end and this end a little bit. You can bring this through to the other side. So you kind of have this little cup. We're gonna put some of our polyfill inside, definitely not that much. Oops. Okay. You can tie the two tails together. And then you have it on your tapestry needle. Turn over your bunny and attach it right, oops, in the center. We're just gonna weave it back into the tail and cut these off. There you have it. You have a little bunny tail. Now we can work on the nose, which is not the easiest thing to do, but I have some leftover like super bulky pink yarn. If you have button noses, you could use one of those. If you have regular yarn, you could use that. I like the bulky stuff because it kind of looks better. I don't know. It looks a little bit cuter. So you just want to cut, I don't know, like a couple feet. And get it on your tapestry needle. Okay, how I did the other one is I just went back and forth. I just did 1, 2, 3. I was gonna try to do maybe like a triangle nose, but I'll just stick to what I did on the other one. So you want to do it in between the eyes, maybe a little bit smaller. Right in the middle there, maybe bigger. Like that. Okay. Oops. I have a little knot. Okay. And I'm just gonna come back in where I started, and then go back over to the other side. Leave that tail out, tuck it in later. Okay. And then you go back in where you started and go back over. So that's like 2. Let's shoot for 3. And then we'll bring the tail over. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll go back in and just go through to, you want to bring the needle through like a hole. And so there's that side, and then we're going to bring that tail back over. So the nose looks kind of big, but we have made a little kind of a ball nose. Okay, and then so this is the tail, and we're gonna bring it through to that same hole. Also, this has not ever been something that I'm very good at, so if you know how to do a nose a different way, you should do it. or look up another video on how to embroider noses. It's kind of cute. Oh boy. Okay. And then what I like to do is just tie the tails together. Don't pull them too tight. I think we got a little too tight. And kind of just pull that forward. Okay. Oh gosh, it keeps pulling it just a little too tight on the front. Okay. So you got your knot in the back. You're going to thread your needle. This one might be a little short. And you're going to go back in that hole and go up. And then you're going to grab the other part of the tail, which is really long. Hopefully you're going to pull that through and then it's hidden. You can't see it anymore. We're going to go ahead and cut the tails off. And kind of like that. There we go. All right. And there we have it. We have our Floppy Bunny. And you can, let's put the needle in my mouth. You can add a mouth if you wanted. And you can add overalls, like overall straps. Just get creative with it. But I think it turned out okay. Turned out pretty cute. My daughter just loves the other one I made. And they can sit up and cross their legs, and they look cute in an Easter basket. So yeah, hope that you guys can make one, and maybe even do better than I did. All right, happy knitting.